Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, The Last 50. My name is Mary and we are documenting my weight loss journey. If you are new, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. And if you are so inclined, please hit the bell so you get notifications for when we update. So today I wanted to do a quick food prep, a breakfast item, but you could probably eat it for any meal if it fits. If you're like me, you don't eat breakfast in the morning, or you don't like to eat breakfast in the morning. I don't like to eat breakfast early. I am usually a breakfast person around 10 or 11ish. So I really don't like to get to eat first thing when I wake up, or a bit after. But this is something that you could have for lunch, you could have for breakfast, you can even make it for dinner, depending upon how you customize it. It's completely up to you. It's low cal, high protein, packed with good stuff. So let's get into it. I mentioned last time that I like to make an egg bake, and I make it ahead of time, and I portion it out for the week so that I have something to grab and go. So I'm going to walk you through that today, how I make it. It's really simple. It's 5 ingredients. You can add to it as much as you want. You can subtract from it if this is not what you're into, but it's completely customizable. So just to go over what's going into this, I diced up one small onion. You can use yellow or white. It's no big deal. A Vidalia onion would probably taste really good in this, the sweetness of it. I'm using a 5-ounce bag of spinach. 5 eggs. You can use more. It will increase your calories, but so you might want to figure it out. If you have a bigger pan, or what you're baking it in, if you want to make a bigger batch, just make sure that you calculate that. A 1/4 cup of 2% milk and a 1/4 cup of Parmesan cheese. And then for spice wise, I have just salt, pepper, oregano, and parsley. You could throw whatever else you want in there, whatever spices you like. As far as what goes into this, you can throw in, if you want to put meat in it, you could put chicken sausage in it, you could put regular sausage in it, you could throw, I make another one sometimes where I put bell peppers, red and green bell peppers into it. You could throw anything into it. Pimentos probably tastes good, capers, anything you want. Mushrooms, I hate mushrooms, but if you're a mushroom person, go for it. You could change out your cheeses, but it's completely customizable. This is the way I prefer to do it. So, and it takes, like, again, 5 ingredients. I think when I calculated it out, it comes out to 98 calories a serving. So you can't beat that at all. As far as nutrition wise, since it has spinach in it and I'm using the whole bag, it's loaded with good stuff for you. So this is like a great source of vitamin C, vitamin K, potassium, 35 calories for a 5-ounce bag. You can't beat that. So the first thing I'm going to do when I make this is, let's get this going. Okay. I use olive oil spray for pretty much everything, and I just like do a quick spray around for it. First thing I want to do is wilt my spinach. Throw that in there. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to grab the dish that I'm going to use. Cover off of it. And now this I'm using what is this? This is an 8x8 dish, and that I find that's pretty good to get 6 servings out of. And I'm just gonna coat this very lightly with some olive oil spray also to avoid sticking when it starts. Put this over here. Okay. Where's my spatula? So you just, like I said, you want to just wilt it down. You don't need to get it like super, super cooked. It's going to bake in the oven. So, just get it to like a smaller amount, like just get it a little bit wilted. My oven is preheating. It's at 375. I bake this usually for anywhere between 20 and 30 minutes. It's really up to you. I like mine with a little bit of brown on the top. I like a little bit of a crust on it. So if that's something you're not doing it lighter, then probably 20 to 25 minutes is good, depending on how hot your oven is. This is just going to take a few minutes to wilt that down. The fun part about spinach is you can eat it, a whole lot of it, and it becomes nothing as soon as you cook it. I actually only like cooked spinach when I put it into other things. I am much more into raw spinach. If anything that can be made with lettuce, I usually substitute spinach for. So if it's a salad, if it's, you know, garnish or whatever, I usually put spinach in because it's, to me, it's much more healthier. It's more filling than lettuce. And I try to get it in as much as possible. But yeah, I usually, if I eat it, it's usually raw, like salad form or on a sandwich or something. So this took really no time to wilt down. And this is really like, that's pretty much all you have to do as far as getting it wilted down. You don't need it to all get like cooked down. So I'm going to shut this off. And I'm going to take this over here. I'm going to lay it in the bottom of our pan right there. And then I'm going to go back to the stove. Same pan, a little more olive oil, put the heat back on. And I'm just going to sweat the onions. So this should take really no time. So again, I'm using an 8x8 pan or dish. So if you want to make something bigger, then obviously you want to add more onions. Go right ahead. This is one small onion, and then when I say small, it was like half the size of this onion. So if you can find a small onion, if not, you can use a half of a regular size onion. Exciting. I like to cook, but I like to cook in batches because sometimes it's just you don't have enough time when you come home from work or for wherever you're doing all day. With us, it's my kids, running a lot of errands, taking care of the house, and I do work a couple of days a week, and the last thing I want to do when I come home is really have to cook a huge meal. My kids are pretty easy to feed. They're like low maintenance. But you know, when it comes to my husband and I like to have stuff pre-made so that I don't have to go through a whole thing. So I usually cook a lot on the weekends. I'm sure many folks can relate to being tired and not wanting to cook when they get home. Okay, so this is just sweating away. It smells delicious, by the way. It's the best smell ever. I love the smell of onions. Also, what would be really great in here, and you can use it as like a cheat, if you have, if you get that minced garlic that they sell in a jar, you could throw like a little bit in here, and that would probably be awesome too. Okay, so these are looking nice. Heat up a little bit. Okay, so off they go. And that will go into the bottom of our pan there. Just spread them around a little bit. Super easy, see? Okay. On to the eggs. So 5 eggs. I'm gonna do pepper. It's really seasoned to your taste. Salt. Parsley. I have parsley here. I like a lot of parsley. I put oregano in pretty much everything. I put it on chicken. I put it on everything in there. Okay, and then I'm just gonna add a 1/4 cup of milk, thicken it up a bit, and then you're just gonna beat that. This is probably taking much longer than it normally does because I'm trying to think of really fun things to say while I'm cooking, and I think it's impossible. So I give a lot of props to all those chefs who do that on those shows because I'm not really good at small talking. Okay, so then you're gonna pour this right over everything. Get all of it in there. Cover everything as much as possible. Stir it up a little bit. Okay. And then the cheese. So like I said, you can use any kind of cheese you want. Just make sure that you account for it in your calculations. And then I just sprinkle the top with the Parmesan cheese. And that's what it looks like before it goes in. Throw it in the oven right now. Again, 375. Okay, so this is what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. Like I said, I like mine a little brown, a little bit of crust on it. It's just a weird food preference with me. It's up to you how you like it. Some people like it softer, whatever. You just want to bake it until everything sets, pretty much. Nothing, and the eggs are cooked. Nothing in here, everything else is cooked, nothing's raw, so you're not really baking anything to cook it other than the eggs. So that's pretty much your goal. And then this is what it looks like when you cut into it. An 8x8, I do 6 servings. As I mentioned earlier, this particular recipe is calculates out to about 98 calories, which is nothing. It's great. You can have it any way you want. Like I said, customize it, but make sure you take that into consideration when you calculate your calories and your macros. I usually make it and then I can take it in the morning. I usually put it in the oven, microwave it for about 30 to 45 seconds, and then I'm off. You can hold it in a napkin and eat it. You can put it on a plate and eat it with a fork, however you want to do it, depending on your lifestyle. But quick, easy, 5 ingredients, literally 1 pan, can't beat that. So here is a meal prep idea for you, and I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you do something crazy with it and customize it, I would love to know about it. Let me know. Thanks, guys.